Hello everybody, my name is Torimo Jori, and in this Toreview, we're going to be talking about the 18th episode of Sousou no Frieren, First Class Mage Exam. In this groupy little episode, I'm going to be talking about every little detail of it. Glorp, I'm going to have to shoot you over a quick spoiler warning, because Frieren is something you really got to experience by watching. So if you haven't watched it yet, go do it. Now, this episode was amazing. Heed my warning and watch this Toreview. We begin this episode with the party approaching the city of Ashurst, where Frieren explains that they need a first-class mage certificate due to the many powerful monsters in the northern lands. Frieren doesn't like being outshined by Fern. We see a green-haired woman confronted by bandits, however, these bandits are quickly dispatched by Kraft, the monk. Turns out Kraft was simply saving the bandits from the woman. Kraft heads in the opposite direction as Ashurst, and Fern starts to stress out about what will happen if she fails, but Frieren reassures her. We see a flashback of the heroes party where her group members recognize her as an incredible mage. Frieren reveals that only a fraction of mages are first class because there are not many mages these days. The party waits out the days until the exam starts and finally make their way to the testing area. Notable figures appear such as Werbel, Denkin, Fern, Ubel, and of course, Frieren. The proctor announces that all test takers, 57 in number, will divide into groups of 3 to team up. Frieren meets her group members, and she finds them fighting with one another. Fern parties up with Ubel and some other guy, and they head to the test site. Each party is given 1 cage. By sunset the next day, one must catch a still to pass. They could not leave the testing area due to the magical barrier. Frieren's party members' names are Lain and Kane, who are childhood friends. The group attempts to find a still, the small bird, by tracking it. Lain goes out to scout on her own, and Frieren tells her to watch the skies. Lain finds a still, but the duo acts hastily and attempts to catch the still with a combination of water and ice magic. However, the seal goes Super Saiyan and speeds away with the movement of a jet plane. They dedicate the stay for still observation. During the night, Frieren goes missing and Khan goes after her, but gets attacked by a flying monster. Frieren slays it though. Khan and Lain meet up later, and Lain gives lots of compliments to Khan. So tsundere. Lain Sparta kicks Khan off a cliff, and she suddenly wants to fly. Frieren, impressed by their teamwork, says that they might be able to catch a still after all. In this episode, we enter the first class mage exam. I tell you guys, I think this is one of my favorite arcs in the entirety of Frieren. As a manga reader, of course. Specifically in this episode, we get into the first part of the first class mage exam. This will weed out everyone who isn't ready for the title of first class mage. We see that their task is seemingly simple. Catch a small bird, the still, in a cage before the next day. However, as we see, this still can go incredibly fast when it feels it is in danger. This presents a unique challenge to mages, as it cannot be caught through sheer force alone. As we hear from Frieren, there are less than 50 first-class mages in the entirety of the continent. The test is administered every 3 years in only 2 locations. In those tests, there are some years where no one passes at all. This is definitely going to be a challenge that we've never faced before. Also, where's Stark? Just hanging around probably. I'll miss him. Anyways, I hope the best for this arc. It is truly amazing. In this episode, we see the parties form for the first class mage exam. These will likely be the alliances for the rest of the exam, even if they are divided again at some point. Frieren has allied with Lain and Khan, the 2 immature girls who seem to be fighting at every step. However, we see in this episode that they have excellent teamwork, and maybe a deeper feeling than friendship with each other. And with Fern, we see that she is allied with some guy, and Ubel, the person we saw at the beginning of this episode, the person with no qualms with murder. We haven't seen much of their interaction with one another, but I'm sure we will get more in the next episode. We also get to see some others in this episode who don't show their hand just yet, like Denkin and Werber, who seem to be talented mages in their own rights. It'll be very interesting to see how these characters act and interact with the main cast. Well, that was episode 18 of Sousou no Frieren. I'll be back here for the 19th episode, and it's going to be great. We're going to be continuing the first class mage exam. Get back here when I post that, and I'll see you later. Hey everyone, it's Tori here. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's Day, whether you spend it with another or yourself, like me. Anyways, I just really hope you had a good day. That's all. See you later.